Good morning, children. Hope that you understood the agricultural practices. The first one, the preparation of the soil, and the second one was sowing. Today we are going to study the manure and fertilizers. So our heading is adding manure and fertilizers. So when you plant a seed, you add some manure and also you add some water. Why you are adding manure? For the proper growth of the plants. So the substances which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for the healthy growth of plants are called manure and fertilizers. The substances which added to the soil in the form of nutrients. In the form of nutrients, you are adding some substances to the soil for the healthy growth of the plants. Such substances are known as manure and fertilizers. I think you understood. The substances which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for the healthy growth of plants are known as manure and fertilizers. See, the soil supplies mineral nutrients to the crop. These nutrients are essential for the growth of the plants. There are some nutrients the plants are getting from the soil. They are essential for the growth of plants. In certain areas, the farmers grow crop after crop in the same field. After one crop is taken, then they plant the another one. The field is never uncultivated. So, you know that in paddy fields, after harvesting, some leguminous plants are planting. Why? The soil is less in nutrients like nitrogen. So, in the 8th standard you studied, in the 7th standard you studied the leguminous plants. That means the pea plants. The rhizobium bacteria are living in the root nodules and they are converting the atmospheric nitrogen to nitrate so that the plants can absorb nitrogen directly from the soil. So the continuous growing of crops makes the soil poorer in certain nutrients. So the farmers have to add the manures and fertilizers. Manure is an organic substances obtained from the decomposition of plants and animals. What is the meaning of decomposition? The breaking down of plants and animals. They are rich in humus, so that the manure is an organic substances. The decomposition is done by the microorganisms. Then, can you say the difference between manures and fertilizers? Fertilizers are the chemical substances which are rich in a particular nutrient. Only one particular nutrient is present in the fertilizers. Fertilizers are produced in the factories. See, some examples of fertilizers are urea, then ammonium phosphate, then have you heard about NPK, nitrogen, potassium, then phosphorus, that is richly supplied with all these nutrients. See, the fertilizers, they are rich only in one nutrient. So the fertilizers is an inorganic salt. Fertilizer is an inorganic salt, while manure is a natural substance obtained by the decomposition of cattle dung, human waste and plant residues. That is the main difference. Fertilizer is an inorganic compound, while the manures are organic compounds. It is obtained by the decomposition of cow dung, human waste and plant residue. Then the second difference, fertilizer is prepared in factories. Manures can be prepared in the fields. Fertilizers are prepared in the factories, manures are prepared in the field. Then the third difference is the fertilizer does not provide any humus to the soil. What is the meaning of humus? By the decomposition of dead plants and animals, the soil is richly supplied with some nutrients, that is known as the humus. but there is no decomposition in the case of fertilizer, so that they do not provide any humus to the soil, while manure provide humus to the soil. So the main difference, first one is fertilizer is an inorganic salt, manure is a natural substance obtained by the decomposition of cattle dung, human waste and plant residue. Second one, fertilizer is prepared in factories and manures can be prepared in the field. Third difference, a fertilizer does not provide any humus to the soil, manures provide a lot of humus to the soil. And the last difference, fertilizers are very rich in plant nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Fertilizers are, that is what I written here in PK. Fertilizers are very rich in plant nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Manure is relatively less rich in plant nutrients. So these four main differences, that is very important, the difference between fertilizers and manure. So what is a fertilizer and a manure? The substances which are added to the soil in the form of nutrients for the healthy growth of plants, that is known as manure and fertilizers. And now you studied the difference between fertilizers and manure. Then the use of fertilizers help the farmers to get a better yield of crops like wheat, paddy and maize. See, but the use of fertilizers has made the soil less fertilizers. Then fertilizers have also become a source of water pollution. Therefore, in order to maintain the soil fertility of the soil, we have to substitute fertilizers by organic manure. So we have to substitute our soil by organic manure to avoid the pollution. Then the use of the manure improves soil texture as well as the water retaining capacity. For the proper growth of the plants, water should be retained in the soil. So by the use of the manure, you can improve the texture as well as the water remaining capacity. Then another method is there for replenishing the soil with nutrients is through crop rotation. Have you heard about the crop rotation? What is that crop rotation? See, in Kerala, after the harvesting, see the farmers grow paddy plants, the farmers grow leguminous plants in the paddy field. So in the first part I told you that why they are growing. This is the crop rotation. After harvesting one crop, they are planting another one. See, they can be this crop rotation, that is, they can done by growth of different crops alternatively. In northern India, see the farmers grow legumes as fodder in one season and wheat in the next season. This helps in the replenishment of nutrients like nitrogen. See the nitrogen bacteria, nitrogen converting bacteria, the rhizobium bacteria are seen in the root nodules of the leguminous plants, and they are converting atmospheric nitrogen into nitrate, and that is known as the nitrogen fixation. Thank you.